morning guys, and welcome to Scotland. So we are visiting Scotland and London for our 13-year wedding anniversary. Good morning.
Good morning.
And it is actually our second day already here. We had a extremely long travel day on Thursday, but the good thing is that we are already here exploring and enjoying a whole new country for us. This is our first time in Scotland, and it's actually going to be our second time in London, but the first time we went was actually for our 1-year wedding anniversary. So we're really excited. Definitely going to be a different experience this time around. So just wanted to catch you guys up really quick. We actually flew into Gatwick, took a 1-hour train to central London, then took a 4-hour train to Edinburgh. We just decided to get to Edinburgh first and enjoy our time here. We actually like to celebrate our anniversary in different places every year, so we had already been to London. We haven't been to Scotland or Edinburgh. We are staying at the Kimpton Charlotte Square. I believe that's the full name of the hotel. I'll pop it up on the screen and leave the details down below. And my plan for travel vlogs, as I always do, is just to share with you guys kind of what we're doing, where we're gonna eat, maybe a little bit of outfit of the day. So hotel, fantastic so far, can't complain. The service has been incredible, and last night actually worked perfectly because what we ended up doing was sorry, my hand is getting tired. What we ended up doing was actually have dinner at the hotel. They have a really well-known restaurant called Baba. It's Mediterranean, so we just ended up having dinner there. The food was really yummy, and after dinner we just walked around the block sort of thing, just because we were so stuffed we needed to get a few steps in. Today we had breakfast at the Pantry, which is a really popular kind of brunch breakfast place. I had, so funny, the plate was called USA actually, and it was an avocado toast with a poached egg, and then we had a flat white, and Rudy opted for eggs Benedict. So right now we are just walking around Edinburgh, just getting to know a little bit of the city. And then we have obviously lunch, dinner, all that good stuff. What we try to do is make sure that we have all of that reserved before we get into town, just so that we know where it is that we're going to. Hi guys.
We survived an Uber ride.
Oh my god, that was scary.
I don't know where that guy learned to drive, but Jesus, he's a menace to society.
We were freaking out the whole time we were in the car, but no, he was very nice. He just definitely pressed the brakes a couple more times than we were comfortable with. But we finished. We actually went to wander around a botanical garden, which was really nice. There were so many cherry blossoms and a ton of beautiful flowers, and the weather is actually super nice at the moment. Okay, we're currently hiking, so excuse my out of breath because I know it's gonna happen. I don't know if you can see behind us and in front of us, there's a bunch of steps. As I was saying, we went to the botanical garden, and then after there we had lunch reservations at 1:30 at I know, we're not even halfway.
It didn't work out
sometimes. So we had reservations at Gora by Tom Kitchen.
Yep.
So it is a Michelin star chef, and Rudy wanted to go for dinner, but unfortunately I didn't find anything that I would have enjoyed for dinner. So he took one for the team and we went for lunch instead. Really delicious. Okay, So in lunch, we had sourdough bread with butter, right? And then we had haggis, which is a specialty dish of Scotland. What does it have?
It has like sheep's stomach with like their liver and heart minced. Sounds kind of nasty, but it's actually delicious. We'll, I guess, show some clips of it so they don't sound as nasty. You'll see for yourself.
Yeah, we will. I'll definitely insert some clips. Then we had, well, I had fried chicken with like a soy kind of mixture of coleslaw. It was like an Asian dish, more or less. And then Rudy had, what did you have? Deer? No, Wagyu.
No, it was like a short rib Wagyu,
yeah.
Very, very good.
With the Caesar salad, which was super unique. It was really, really nice. And then after that, we had dessert, which was another thing that's like very popular here, right?
I think it's seasonal. Every reservation that we kind of did, I kept noticing they kept making desserts out of rhubarb. I had no idea what it was. Turns out is
alone not so good.
Not the best,
make sure that you have it with every other ingredient or other piece that it comes with. It was supposed to be a creme brulee, and then you had the rhubarb kind of jam was what the waiter said, right, to the side. And then once you had it together, definitely very enjoyable. So we had that for lunch, and then we just decided to do a little hike, which is what we're doing now. As I said, we're going to try to climb up there. This is called Arthur's Seat. So it's kind of like a park, and supposedly you have like really nice views once you make it up there. So that's the plan at the moment. We survived. The hike down was definitely a little bit more interesting on the way up. On the way down, always somebody busts their ass, and the victim this time was me, unfortunately. But we're going to celebrate with a pint of beer for Rudy and a glass of wine for me in Edinburgh's oldest pub from 1360.
That's crazy.
That is wild.
It's even crazy that it could exist.
Quick outfit of the night. So we are going to an Asian sort of fusion or inspired kind of restaurant. So very go-to my outfit. I have my cashmere long sleeve underneath because it is pretty cold, and this jacket that I have over top is not very warm, so I needed a layer underneath. Pants are just some wide leg pants that I have from Target. The shoes are the Kohans that I packed. Let's try them out tonight. Hopefully they are comfortable. It's about a 15-minute walk, but we always like to walk after dinner anyways. And then my clutch is my YSL Uptown pouch. So again, very simple yet very go-to look for myself. And then I did a bold red lip. Good morning. We are all set for day 3, a second day exploring. I just got dressed. We got back from the gym. We actually got in a pretty good little workout. Rudy went to the sauna after, and then I just headed back home in order to shower, do a little bit of makeup, and then get ready. So I'm going to share with you guys really quick the outfit for today. It is a little bit chillier than we originally planned for. So even though it says it's around 40 something, it feels like it's in mid 30s. I didn't come prepared for mid 30s. I came prepared for mid 40s, mid 50s. So I had to play around a little bit with some of the pieces that I brought, but I think we made it work. another day, another climb.
Another hill.
Oh my God. All right, so we have made it back down. And I was just telling Rudy how I left you guys hanging from yesterday's dinner and today's breakfast. I know, worst travel vlogger. So we just actually went up Kimpton Hill and it was freezing up there. We are definitely not dressed for the weather, but I think it's just because we were really high up. Now that we're back down, the weather feels a lot nicer. So about yesterday's dinner, we went to a place called Tattoo and the food was incredible. Service was 20 out of 10. The decor was also really nice. I thought it was funny because I was telling Rudy I've been searching for cherry blossoms the whole day, and like the whole restaurant was decorated with cherry blossoms. So really nice. My calves and shin are in so much pain from the climb yesterday, but we also woke up this morning and got a little bit of a workout, as I already shared with you guys a little bit of a clip. So for the rest of the day, I think we're just gonna wander around the city because we didn't do much of that yesterday since we kind of focused on other things, and I think I might also get in some shopping done, so we'll see. So meal number 2 is in the books. We actually went to an Italian place and it was so yummy. It was a really small little quaint place, but the food was really good. It's more of like a tapas sort of style, so it's meant to be shared. We opted for the focaccia. Oh my God, they do it in-house every day. Rudy was living his best life eating the focaccia. And then the burrata had like this tomato paste, which was so delicious. It had like the right amount of like kick to it. And then we just opted to order 2 different pastas. One of them was with vodka sauce, and then the other one was a cacio pepe, which is super delicious as well. Funny enough, the couple that was sitting next to us actually ended up being from Boca, which is literally like an hour away from Miami. So we just started talking and probably spent like an hour there just chatting with them and getting to know them. It was such a nice little just lunch experience overall. Now we're heading to walk down Princess Street, which is one of the main streets here in Edinburgh, and I got my anniversary gift. So we stopped by Strathberry. I went in, tried on a few pieces, couldn't decide when I was there, so I told the lady, you know what, I'm gonna like think about it and I'll be back. She was like, don't worry, take your time. So I did just that. I went ahead, hold on babe, let me stop here. I went ahead and thought about it over lunch, and I decided on something out of my comfort zone, but I'm super excited to share. Definitely will be doing a separate video just because there's always a story time behind all of my little purchases, so keep an eye out for that. Good morning, everyone. It is our 13-year anniversary.
13 wonderful years.
Happy anniversary, baby. Anniversary. We are actually heading out to Glasgow today. It is about a 1 hour to 1.5 hour train ride. We thought we'd explore a little different city here in Scotland, and we're hoping that we can visit, what is the park called? Pollock Park. It's where they have what we like to call them fluffy cows, but what is the name of those? Coos?
Yeah.
I'll pop up a picture, hopefully a real picture that we could get for you guys to get like a reference of. So I'm gonna do a quick outfit of the day because I know I've been horrible at doing those for you guys. And then we're gonna head on out to grab some treats in order to take with us on the train. All right, so as I said, it's been extremely cold. Today is finally going to be in the 40s, but it's gonna be raining. So just layered up, threw over my cashmere knit from Quinn's. I layered up again with the same Burberry scarf, jeans, because I feel like we're going to be doing a lot of walking, wanting to be comfortable. My sneakers are the Nike sneakers that I've shared before, and they've been really, really comfortable also. And then I will be layering up with my Burberry trench. This one has been the one to keep me the warmest, and I regretted not taking it out with me yesterday. And then for today's bag, I'm taking my Longchamp. I did bring my, this is the new medium size in the longer handle, just because it's comfortable for me to throw over my shoulder. And since it's gonna be raining, I figured that this one would be a better option. So we've made it to Glasgow. Hopefully you guys can hear me because we are kind of like by a street, but we decided to do a day trip today just for our anniversary, and we really enjoy, it's here, babe, doing day trips in general whenever we're in Europe because it's really so easy, or maybe not. It's really so easy. We're trying to find some murals, which Glasgow has like a ton, so we thought we had to turn there. It's really so easy to get around in Europe, especially with trains. I feel like you can see a few cities if you are staying somewhere for a couple of days. So since we were in Edinburgh for about 4 days, we figured we had a little bit of time to spare in order to come visit Glasgow. And really getting the train is super, super easy. We have the app, which was Trainline, and we literally just bought the tickets like right then and there, and then just got on the train at the time that it was due. That is one thing that you definitely need to be good at, and it's making it on time, because those trains do not wait for anyone. Like, they are literally closing at the time that it says that it leaves. So the train ride was probably about an hour and 15 minutes, and now we're just gonna be exploring, seeing a little bit of the city. There are a few places where I have highlighted that we do want to check out. So it's time to warm up our bodies. Another beautiful mural in the background. They seem to be all around the city, so we've kind of just been wondering. However, as you can tell, it is a little bit of a gloomy day, so we have to bring the umbrella like on and off. Now, there's two types of people. Hopefully you guys can hear me. One that takes forever to drink their coffee, and the other one that drinks it right away. I hate drinking like really, really hot coffee. Let me know in the comment section down below which one you guys are, because Rudy and I are definitely one of each. Alright, so here's where we went for lunch, and it does offer Scottish cuisine, which I don't think we had the entire trip. They did greet us with 2 glasses of champagne in order to celebrate our anniversary. The restaurant offers an a la carte menu as well as a market menu, which is a set menu with a starter, a main, and then a dessert. My starter was the salad, as you saw, and then I opted for the fish and chips. And Rudy went the a la carte route and chose the Cullen skink, which was that soup. And as his main, he went with the lamb shank. He loved the lamb shank. He wasn't too much of a fan of the side. And for dessert, we opted with the sticky toffee pudding, which was a choice in the market menu I chose. Guys, this was absolutely incredible. So delicious. This is a very well go-to kind of known dessert in the Scotland area, and I had it every single time. We have made it to our next destination, and it is Pollock Park. We're here on the hunt for those little fluffy cows I mentioned earlier today. We're just gonna wander around here, wish us luck. Hopefully we find the little famous fluffy cows, and then we'll be heading back home soon after because we do have reservations for dinner tonight. Good morning, guys. It is our last day in Scotland and Rudy's off to the gym this morning. I was supposed to go with him, but I could not get out of bed. I am so tired. It has been quite the few days of exploring. So what I thought I would do is start getting ready. So when he gets back, he just needs to shower. We do have breakfast already planned. So I figured while I get ready, I just wanted to give you guys kind of like a little recap about everything, my thoughts about Scotland and Edinburgh, my thoughts about last night's dinner, and just kind of how I felt about this trip in general. So as I said, we are staying at the Kimpton Hotel in Charlotte Square, and I honestly have to give the hotel like a 10 out of 10 if I could be honest with you. In my opinion, it has been really nice. They have so many amenities. The gym is huge. I will go ahead and pop up clips as I share with you guys because I did get clips while I did go to the gym. The plan was to go at least twice. I ended up going once, so that was that. Rudy, on the other hand, definitely stuck to his plan. So at least he definitely gave use to the gym. But they have like a bunch of different sections depending on what kind of workout you want to get. They have a sauna, which I didn't do. They have a steam room. They have a huge pool. So in general, like even if you're just coming to like hang out or for a work trip or anything like that, I feel like this is a great hotel. And it is very centric in the sense that you can walk anywhere. We love walking when we go ahead and travel to new places. That's just our favorite form of transportation, to be honest. However, we have had to take Ubers here and there in this particular trip because some places have been further. And the weather, which I'll get into, has also been a little bit unpredictable. Also, like, how cute is this little can of water? One thing that I also wanted to point out about the hotel is they do have a ton of things that if you left back home or you just didn't bring with you because you didn't think that you were going to use them, they can provide for you. And that just, for me, is huge. I feel like every hotel should really have something like that because sometimes you honestly either just don't have space to bring something or honestly just forget, and then you have to go off running to find it, or you know, you just don't have it in the hotel. So the converters that we brought unfortunately seems like it was broken. I mean, we've had that converter for ages. They went ahead and brought us up too. I also saw that they had an iron available for your hair, and I was like, oh, you know what, we have a little bit of time, I would love to curl my hair. So I called them and they said, sure, we'll have it right up. So I've had the iron here the whole time, and even if you want something and they don't have it, they're more than happy to go get it for you. So again, service, hotel, location, everything, I really think a 10 out of 10. It is an older sort of property, as many of these properties from Europe are. But even with that being said, everything is great. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about last night's dinner, because I did want to go ahead and share with you guys a little bit how that works and how that went. So it was our 13-year wedding anniversary, as I mentioned earlier in the vlog. And Rudy wanted to do something special, something different that we hadn't really done. So he booked a 7-course tasting menu at a Michelin star restaurant, which was #1, and that restaurant is at the Balmoral, which is another very famous hotel here in Edinburgh. So we ended up going, and to say that that was an experience is an understatement. We had tried like I believe it was either 5 or 7 course tasting menu in the Maldives when we did that for our 10-year wedding anniversary, and that was incredible as well. It was in one of like the largest underwater restaurants in the world, I believe. So that was also really, really memorable. But this one was just, you know, a little bit different. It was in a hotel, a different setting. However, with all that being said, for this one in particular, we also decided to go with the wine pairing, because I honestly felt like that experience should be done that way in order to get like the full experience together, if that makes sense. But just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the dinner. It was obviously very small plates. It was a tasting menu, so it was a 7-course meal. So the plates were like very small, especially us coming from the States. Like everything is so large in portions. So every time that they would come out, I'm like, oh my God, this is so tiny. But you guys, they know what they're doing. Like, trust the process is what, you know, I kept telling myself. And even with the food and like the ingredients that they mix on each course that they bring out, it was all perfectly combined and perfectly made into that one plate. I'm very picky when it comes to food. I'm very sometimes close-minded. So I wanted to do this experience for that reason, to kind of see like, you know, trust that they put certain ingredients together because they pair well together. And then we also added the wine tasting or wine pairing menu, because I've always heard that certain, you know, meals or certain meats go with a specific sort of wine. And again, I just wanted to experience all of that. So it was definitely one for the books, very memorable, and a great way to do our 13-year wedding anniversary celebration. Okay, now let's get into, and don't worry, this blush will definitely blend out a little bit better, my thoughts on Edinburgh in general. So we are not Harry Potter fans, so let me point that out, because I feel like every time that we went to see like a vlog or anything like that, a lot of people talked about a lot of places that were inspired from the writer, you know, for their books, their movies and things like that. So in a way, as I was doing research to come over here, to be completely honest with you, I was like, oh, I think it's gonna be kind of boring. Like, you know, there's a lot of like history in that sense, or a lot of inspiration in that sense. And then it just wasn't a place where I was like, I can't wait to make it. Guys, I have done like a complete 180 about this city. I love it. Like, I even told Rudy, I can't wait to come back and like spend more days just to be able to see so much more that the city has to offer. Today is our last day, so we still have a full day of exploring, and there's still so much that we have to do that I'm hoping that we can get it all done, at least to get like a really good feel of the city. The people are incredible, super friendly, always very willing to help. The food has been so good. Then again, Rudy and I do a lot of research before we head out on our travels on where we want to eat, just because, as I said, we want to always have like a little bit of an experience, or if not, we want to make sure that we're eating what we enjoy eating. And cities have foods from all over the world. Just because you're going to Scotland doesn't mean that you have to eat Scottish food every single day. So we've been to some bakeries that have done some amazing, delicious pastries. The coffee scene is on point, and you know that is a lot coming from me. The lunches and the dinners that we've had have also been so good. The food is so tasty. There's so much variety, really. And the city in general has just been such a pleasure to like wander and walk through. There's so much history. The architecture is absolutely beautiful. I will point out that there are a few hills, so definitely come prepared for that. We did hike a little bit the first day for Arthur's Seat, and my feet are still feeling it, more like my calf area. But even just around the whole city, there are a lot of like hills and stairs and things like that. So just as long as you wear comfortable shoes, you should be good to go. But yeah, I am so pleasantly surprised at how my thoughts about the city did a 180 fully. That's about it. Just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of a recap in the hotel, you know, the experience from last night, and then just Edinburgh as a city. But we will still be wandering today. We do plan to visit the castle just from like the outside area. We still have to do Victoria Street, Royal Mile, I think is another one. So there's still a couple of things to do, which of course I will be bringing you along for. Okay, today's look, it's actually warmer as I said, so in the 50s, very enjoyable. Just have one long sleeve under, then my blazer. Jeans are so comfortable, so we're going with jeans again today. My sneakers, and then my bag, which is carrying more of Rudy's things than it is of mine. Thank you, Bim.
That's not true.
And then we have a little hat. That's it.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Well, we've discovered the touristy side of Scotland. Definitely enjoyed the other side a lot more, but there's obviously little areas around here that were on a must do, so we had to come and check them out. We just came to visit Greyfriars Bobby, and Rudy's showing me his picture that he took.
Proud moment. Proud
moment. And turns out it was a puppy that his owner passed away in 1858, I think was the year, and the puppy lingered around the owner's like grave and just hung out with him until the puppy himself passed away in 1870 something.
It was like 16 years.
It was almost like 16 years or something. I mean, okay, so we just had lunch at a place called Society, which actually one of the waiters from yesterday's restaurant recommended because we hadn't found a lunch spot for today. So we just asked her and she gave us a few options, and then we just looked into them, and that one caught our attention the most. Definitely shareable options, like very shareable. We ended up ordering a like chicken sandwich, and then I got the avocado toast. So now we are off to doing a whiskey experience. Should be interesting since I'm not a whiskey drinker, but it's something that Rudy wanted to do, and I tried to keep an open mind, so we'll see how that goes. So we just finished the whiskey tour, and it was a really cool experience. I highly recommend it if you are in Scotland, especially since all whiskey comes from here.
Not all whiskey, but
whiskey, a good majority. It's really informative, especially if you don't know a lot about whiskey. I don't drink whiskey. It's not my choice of drink, but they teach you a lot of things depending on like the region. It's kind of like the flavors that pull through a little bit more. And one of the most interesting things was they have like the largest collection of whiskey bottles on display there for you to see, and it used to be the largest in the world. However, now the largest is owned by an Argentinian guy in his house. So that was kind of crazy to think that somebody can own so many whiskey bottles. I mean, I'll pop up a little bit of b-roll for you guys to see. And then after that, you're literally right next to the Edinburgh Castle, so I recommend that you just go ahead and stop by. However, do keep in mind, because I did see signs of them being completely sold out, so I think that pre-booking in case you want to go into the castle is definitely highly recommended. As of now, we're walking over to Dean's Village, which is another little area that you should definitely check out if you are here in Edinburgh. So that's what we're doing. We have the last look of the Edinburgh trip, and we're going for an Italian night tonight. It's called La Bruschetta, so hopefully it's delicious. I'll definitely share with you guys. I'm wearing basically the same thing that I wore this morning, just changed my shirt. I put on a little scarf just because it is a little bit cooler out, and I wanted to have it especially for the nighttime since we're going to be walking. It's about an 18-minute walk from where we're staying, so we figured we'd go ahead and see a little bit more of the city before we head out. Same jeans, and then I just switched the shoes. Guys, the best shoes ever. These are so comfortable. I'm so impressed. I wore them, I think like 2 days ago, the entire day, and my feet did not hurt. So highly, highly recommend them if you want like a little bit more of a dressier shoe for specific dinners or just events. And then I am going with my Polen. I wasn't in the mood to switch out of her. We are in the process of packing right now in order to head out tomorrow. So the room is a complete mess. And here's Mr. Leva. Want to do an OOTD?
I am keeping it simple like always, right? Nothing special. Simple black pants, white sweater, trench coat because it's kind of chilly. We should be good.
And comfy sneakers. So we're gonna head on out for our last dinner. Well, that was definitely a very delicious last dinner in Edinburgh. What did you think?
That was really, really good.
Right?
Authentic. The whole restaurant had 8 tables.
Literally, like I remember calling because they don't even allow you to do reservations online. Like it says call restaurant, and I remember calling and speaking to a gentleman that had like a very strong like Scottish accent, and I told Rudy, I'm like, I think it's so funny how like we had to call to make the reservation, and when we get there, one of the gentlemen that works there, I think he's the owner, he's actually from Italy, has lived here for like 40 years, and there were a few people that actually came in to make reservations for later days, and then some literally would come in and they would shake hands. Like you can tell, like locals, people that like just come there for like the food over and over again, and I totally see why. So that's something that I really, really highly recommend. Like whenever you're traveling just anywhere, make sure that you do your research before you're heading over to a place to find like authentic local places, not just of the food of the country that you're visiting, but just any food in general that you want to eat. Like we try to do a lot of variety, and I love Italian food. I mean, I think it's one of Rudy's and I's favorite cuisine. So we always try to find like an authentic, really good Italian place to visit while we visit other countries just in general. So that does it for the vlog in Edinburgh. I hope you guys have enjoyed and picked up a few little places here and there in case you are looking to come here, or maybe you're local. Let me know down below if we went to one of your favorite spots that you like to go to and eat, or just to go and spend some time. Tomorrow we have a travel day over to London, so I will be doing a London vlog as well, but I wanted to do 2 separate vlogs for each country because I'm sure that we're going to be doing a lot of things over in London as well. It is our second time, but it's gonna feel like our first because our first time was literally a decade ago. So if you enjoyed the video, of course, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you are new around here, I typically do a lot of like handbag fashion sort of content, but I love sprinkling in travel vlogs whenever we travel abroad as well, or just anywhere in the world for that matter. As always, I appreciate you guys taking some time out of your day to watch today, and I hope to catch you all in my next one. Bye everyone.